Tanya Fernandez Anderson, once a rising star in Boston politics, has admitted her guilt in a corruption scandal that has rocked the city. Anderson, the first African immigrant and Muslim American elected to the Boston City Council, agreed to plead guilty to charges of wire fraud and theft. This decision marks a dramatic fall from grace for the councilwoman, who had garnered significant attention for her historic election in 2021. The charges stem from a scheme in which Anderson used her position to funnel city funds to a relative, betraying the public trust. Anderson's guilty plea represents a devastating blow to her supporters and has sent shockwaves through the city's political landscape. The once promising councilwoman now faces the prospect of prison time and a permanent stain on her legacy. The swiftness of her downfall serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of political careers and the high cost of corruption. The court's decision on her sentencing will have lasting implications, not only for Anderson's future, but also for the public's perception of accountability in Boston politics. The fallout from this scandal is likely to have a lasting impact on Boston politics, prompting calls for increased scrutiny and accountability. The details of Anderson's scheme, as revealed by prosecutors, paint a picture of a calculated plan to enrich herself at the expense of the very people she was elected to serve. In 2023, facing mounting financial pressure, Anderson devised a plan to use her position on the city council to illegally obtain funds. She targeted a program receiving federal funds, intending to exploit its vulnerabilities for her personal gain. Anderson's plan involved manipulating the program's financial disbursements to funnel money to a relative who worked for her. She orchestrated an inflated bonus of $13,000 for this relative, a blatant misuse of her authority. In a brazen attempt to conceal the crime, Anderson arranged for her relative to return $7,000 of the stolen funds. This exchange, which took place in a city hall bathroom, was a desperate attempt to cover her tracks and avoid detection. The audacity of Anderson's scheme and the lengths to which she went to conceal it have shocked even the most seasoned political observers. The fallout from Anderson's actions has extended far beyond her own political career, casting a long shadow over the entire Boston City Council. Her colleagues, once united in their mission to serve the city, now find themselves grappling with the consequences of her betrayal. The council, already facing scrutiny over various issues, must now navigate the turbulent waters of a full-blown corruption scandal. In the wake of Anderson's guilty plea, many council members have expressed their outrage and disappointment. Councilor Ed Flynn, known for his unwavering commitment to ethical conduct, has been particularly vocal in his condemnation. Flynn's sentiments have been echoed by other council members, revealing the depth of the turmoil within the body. The Boston City Council now faces the daunting task of restoring public trust and demonstrating its commitment to ethical conduct. The road ahead will be challenging, requiring introspection, transparency, and a renewed dedication to serving the best interests of the city. Tanya Fernandez Anderson's legacy, once filled with the promise of a groundbreaking political career, will now forever be overshadowed by the shadow of her crimes. Her historic election in 2021, which shattered barriers and inspired many, now serves as a stark contrast to the reality of her actions. The hope and optimism she once embodied have been replaced by disappointment and disillusionment. Anderson's fall from grace serves as a cautionary tale of the corrupting influence of power and the devastating consequences of unchecked ambition. Despite her guilty plea and public apology, questions linger about Anderson's motivations and the extent of her wrongdoing. Some speculate that financial pressures, potentially stemming from a previous ethics fine, may have driven her to such desperate measures. Regardless of the underlying reasons, Anderson's actions have irrevocably tarnished her reputation and cast a dark cloud over her legacy. Her story serves as a sobering reminder of the fragility of trust and the importance of integrity in public service. The scandal surrounding Tanya Fernandez Anderson has shaken the very foundations of Boston politics, leaving a city grappling with a crisis of faith in its elected officials. This crisis extends beyond the walls of City Hall, permeating the hearts and minds of those who believed in the promise of ethical and transparent governance. The road to recovery will be long and arduous, demanding a collective effort to rebuild trust and restore integrity. The scandal has exposed vulnerabilities in the city's political system, highlighting the need for stronger ethical safeguards and greater transparency. Calls for reform are echoing throughout the city, demanding stricter campaign finance laws, more robust conflict of interest policies, and increased accountability for elected officials. This crisis presents an opportunity for Boston to reevaluate its priorities and reaffirm its commitment to ethical leadership. The future of Boston politics depends on the city's willingness to learn from its mistakes and embrace a new era of accountability. The citizens of Boston deserve nothing less than a government that operates with integrity and transparency, a government that earns their trust through ethical conduct and a genuine commitment to serving the common good.